So I was catfished. Yeah, happened long ago. I was about 21, and she was apparently 23. And how we met was online. Online chat rooms was the thing back then.
Working with a computer's great. I mean, it's godlike in a way. Because you can have complete control.
That's good.
Thanks.
I was in a rock and roll band in Columbus, Ohio, and I was living with another woman.
What?
She looks bad on me, but I wasn't happy in the relationship. She's from Wales, England. Beautiful, beautiful woman. She sent me pictures through this online chat room. Long blonde hair, kind of wavy, nice and fit, perfect teeth, just gorgeous skin. Had kind of a few moles on her like I got. Just everything was perfect about this girl. I was like, wow. I just found it interesting, talking to someone online. And we ended up establishing a connection, like a relationship. It got to the point where we talked like every day on the phone. And it just established even a more deep connection. And the band that I was in, we were planning on going out to California. We had gotten kind of big in Columbus and had some independent record labels looking at us. And we decided to just go all out and shoot for the big time and move out to LA and try to make it big. And she wanted me to get a hold of her as soon as I got out there. She wanted to come out. Last shot was in the car. Now this shot's in the car. I'm wearing different clothes. It's taken multiple days to do this vlog. We've had really bad weather lately. Today, I'm going someplace I've never been. I'm going to a lake. I can't even remember the name of it right now. I'm gonna have to look it up. It'll be posted in the video though. I'm going to try to get some B-roll footage and hopefully finish the main portion of this vlog. Oh, and check this out. So my GoPro batteries were not fully charged. They're not bad, but anyways, since I'm going to be out a while today, I was like, man, I wonder if I can just plug it into the regular USB for the charging dock. I didn't know if it'd be enough power or not. And put the battery in. Yes, it works. So this little trip was kind of impromptu, and I'm totally not prepared, but I went ahead and got a little bag of snacks. I got water, caffeine, a bunch of unhealthy stuff. So I made it to the lake. It's really quiet out here. There's a couple campers. Currently I'm just sitting in the back of the Bronco. I do wish this was a hard top because I could just lift up the top of the roof here. But this does raise up a little bit. It's being a soft top, but I still kind of got to duck down a little bit. The rain's holding off for now. Hopefully it'll clear up a little bit more. It's a little chilly out. I did bring a jacket. It's beautiful though. I've never been out here, and it's literally like 40 minutes away from my house. So back to my story about being catfished. So we did get it moved out to LA. My drummer and myself went out a week later after everybody else did. We rented a house in the San Fernando Valley. It's beautiful out there, but I had to get a job as soon as I got there. At the time I was working for Blockbuster Video in Columbus, Ohio. I was able to snatch up another Blockbuster gig in California. It was about, 5-10 minutes away from the house, so it was pretty convenient. As soon as we got internet hooked up in the house, I jumped on the chat room, our normal way of getting a hold of each other. For me, it was free. She didn't mind spending the money to make international calls, but I was 20, 21, and almost broke. So after I got my internet hooked up, I contacted Sue, and she made plans to come out right away. I had to pick her up at LAX airport, which is a huge, huge airport. I haven't done a lot of flying in my life, but I have been to a handful of airports, and that's definitely one of the bigger ones. Pretty crazy. My bass player went with me, and we were at the spot waiting for her to come out after she landed. But I didn't see her. We waited and waited, and I was like, well, I guess she didn't come. And right at that moment when we were getting ready to leave, I felt a peck at my shoulder. And she's like, Jason? And at that moment, I knew that was her, and I turned around, I'm like, Sue? And as soon as I looked over my shoulder, I turned around. It was a 40-year-old lady. Nothing like the picture looked. She wasn't 23. She was blonde. Her hair was shorter, and she was about 20 years older, or 17 years older than what she said she was. I freaked out right in the middle of the airport. I lost my shit. Once I finally calmed down, she explained to me on why she did what she did. She said that she had fallen in love with me and fallen in love with my personality, but also fallen in love with just who I was, with my looks, everything. And she was afraid that if she would have told the truth, that I wouldn't feel the same way about her. I had fallen in love with this fictional character. Well, I don't want to say fallen in love. Everything that she had told me, other things was true about where she lived, what she did for a living. She was very well off. She actually didn't even need to work. So, for whatever reason, maybe I felt sorry for her after her sad story that she told me. I let her come back to the house where all the band members stayed and myself. And she stayed for a week. Now, during that time, I had to work, so I didn't see her throughout the day. I was working at Blockbuster Video throughout the day. But during that time, all my band members, they were spending time with her throughout the day, taking her all these tourist destinations, going to see the Hollywood sign, going to see the stars, on the boulevard. And when I would get home in the evenings, they had this great time, and they all loved her. They loved her personality, how she was. Everyone says she was really sweet. But I didn't feel that way. I felt cheated and wronged. Now, looking back, especially being in my 40s now myself, she really wasn't a bad-looking lady. She was still fit. She took care of herself. She was just a lot older than I was. And the fact that she lied to me just devastated me. And I wanted nothing to do with her. But she still wanted something to do with me. She drank a lot. I did notice that. We kept a full stocked bar at the house that we lived in. And every night she would drink Bailey's Irish Cream. I'll never forget it. She'd hold her glass up and rattle it, and the ice would rattle in the glass, and she'd call me sausage. She'd say, Sausage, give me another drink, please, sausage. Where the hell she got sausage from, I have no idea. But it went right through me every time she did it. I didn't speak to her much. I didn't hang out with her much, and she stayed there for a full week. Every night, too, she tried to get in bed with me. And I had a little twin bed, no bed frame, just a box spring and mattress that laid on the floor that I got from another band member that he had extra. And that's what I slept in at night. And every night she'd come sneaking in my room probably around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and lay on the floor. And she would put her hand up and start rubbing on my back or whatever from the floor and try to make her way into my bed. I wasn't having it. I told her to go downstairs and get on the couch and leave me alone. It's funny now that I look back at it, but back then I was super upset. So Sue finished her week. She enjoyed herself with my bandmates. Didn't enjoy herself with me. And at the end of that week, I drove her to LAX airport. I stopped right when the sidewalk hit. I didn't care. I didn't care if she had to walk 1,000,000 miles to get to where she needed to be at the airport. I just wanted her gone. I got out of the car, popped the trunk, put her bags on the sidewalk, gave her a quick hug goodbye, and wished her the best. I heard from her a couple days later. She had called and said that she had made it home. I never talked to her again after that. So there's the time that I was catfished.